everyone. Welcome back to the Trina Talk Show, where we only speak things real and raw. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Today, we're talking about something serious. Protecting kids in the digital age. From deepfakes of children being made, to the CEO of Roblox talking about introducing adult dating to a platform that is mostly used by children. Deepfakes are no longer a sci-fi problem. Kids' faces are being manipulated into explicit content using AI. Over 20,000 deepfake child abuse images were found in 1 month by the IWF. Many involved real kids, some even created by classmates. Teachers in the UK and Australia are reporting a rise in students using AI to target each other, and schools are now required to report it to the police. Imagine the emotional toll, the anxiety that children in schools are facing because content that is not real is being made with their face on it. Things that they've never done before, explicit content at that. If you've ever been on the side of the coin where something of you gets exposed to the public, then you understand just how this feels. But imagine how that feels for a child, especially a child who didn't actually participate in any of the things that are going around about them. It's really important that schools and parents and the government liaise all together to ensure the safety and the safeguarding of kids. This is not the first time that I've mentioned safeguarding on this channel, and it will not be the last, especially when it comes to children. The children need more protection than they already have. And right now I can say that the protection that children have is not enough. I saw a video go viral on Twitter, which they now call X. And I'm not sure if it was a skit or not. However, the content just included a father who allegedly is not that present in the child's life, coming to pick up the child from school. The mother is the one who usually picks up the child from school, and the teacher was not letting the father pick up his child from the school without any sort of written or verbal consent from the mother herself towards that specific teacher. Now, on that side of things, that is good. That is great. I feel like we need to do even more to protect kids. But it's just not enough, is it? How are we protecting kids online at school? When I was in school, when I went to the girls' school, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. We weren't allowed our phones in school. However, a lot of us still snuck our phones into school because we needed it for things like emergencies, to call our parents if something was happening. A lot of girls used to get jumped, a lot of them. So it would be really important for them to have their phones on them so they can contact their parents or whoever they need to contact to actually come and de-escalate the situation if the school wasn't able to do that. I personally feel like banning phones in schools is the worst thing that can be done. I understand the implications of having phones in schools, but it's gone from students to teachers, teachers to students. Do you see what I'm saying? I understand that, for example, a student probably taking their phone into the school toilets could be seen as some sort of concern. I completely understand that. However, when it comes to certain things, such as kids being bullied because deepfakes are being made of them, kids need their phones to be able to contact their parents. We've already spoken about this before on this channel. Kids are not protected enough. Teachers take it upon themselves to overly discipline these kids when they don't need that. Most of them just need their parent, and teachers take it into their own hands. So banning phones in schools, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Absolutely no. I'm sorry, but some of the kids need their phones. You never know what's going to happen. Roblox has 380 million monthly users, and 40% of those users are under 13. Safety features were added recently, which means parents can block certain games, see who kids interact with, and under 13s cannot access social games. But the CEO now wants Roblox to include dating for adults. Dating on a platform built around kids. He says it could help with the loneliness epidemic, and the idea is for verified adults 21 plus to go on virtual dates using face and ID scans. Critics say this is a terrible idea and it risks blurring boundaries and weakening the platform's already shaky reputation for child safety. Just last month, 2 14-year-olds sued Roblox and Discord, saying they were groomed and assaulted by predators on these platforms. Using the loneliness epidemic to back up this disgusting, stupid idea is just a cover-up in my eyes. If adults who play Roblox are lonely, they need to seek alternative apps, for example, where adults can meet adults. There is a lot happening in our world when it comes to the protection of kids. And a lot of what is happening are the bad things, the negative things, the things that could be prevented, the things that don't need to happen. It's a stupid and horrible idea. People have been sued. Children are being exposed to things that they have no business being exposed to, and it's not their fault. Why did the CEO think this is a good idea? Because of the loneliness epidemic. Are there no other ways to tackle this thing? I understand people having mental health issues, anxiety disorders, and those being the reasons as to why they can't actually publicly go out and meet people. That's understandable. But you guys need to understand also that there are other platforms out there specifically designed for adults, no children, where you can meet like-minded people who love gaming, who enjoy gaming. They enjoy storytelling, cosplaying, all these kind of things. Adding a dating platform to Roblox shows the CEO's arse. That's what it shows. Why don't you create something outside of Roblox that does not involve children? Under 13s are on Roblox, mind you. There are so many options that adults have when it comes to this loneliness epidemic to meet other people, to meet people in the same age groups as them. Advocating for dating to be introduced into Roblox is a no-no. And everyone who is for this and not against this needs to be investigated. That's just how I feel about it. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've spoken about this specifically a lot. About parents sharing their kids online, not giving a damn. Not giving a damn about the consequences, not giving a damn about what could potentially be done with these pictures or these videos of these children. Now, what I'm about to describe is very disturbing. And these videos are not things that should be on the internet, in my opinion. Now, take TikTok, for example. There are a lot of accounts that I have personally seen that are dedicated to just children's videos. Different babies, different ages, different races. They upload these videos of these babies and the captions won't be suggestive in any way. There'll be normal captions like, oh, this baby is so cute. A lot of the times, they have taken these videos of these babies from the parents' pages, have not asked for permission. And when some parents catch wind of it, they decide to contact the pages. They decide to comment and say, hey, you didn't ask for my permission to use my baby's picture or use my baby's video. And the page just ignores them. Now, let me tell you this. Where I think many parents are failing, and no, I am not a parent myself, But I don't have to be a parent to want better for children and to tell parents where they're going wrong. It just requires common sense and maturity. Where I think parents are going wrong is consistently sharing content that is actually normal to strangers. For example, there have been multiple videos that I've seen, especially on TikTok, where a mother or a father is brushing the baby's tongue. They're using like a brush that you put on your finger. Innocent video. Nothing wrong with that. However, the comments on some of those videos, coming from men, coming from women, coming from whoever, making sexual comments about a baby having their tongue brushed. Now, in my honest opinion, in my humble opinion, I do not think a video like that should even be on the internet. Mind you, there's nothing wrong with the actual video. It's the way in which people sexualize children consistently. And we all know this because we all see it. We all see it happen on social media. We consistently see adults sexualizing kids all day, every day. But you people still continue to upload your child or your children. Oh, because it's bringing me money. It gets to a point where you need to forget about the money and worry about your child's safety. It gets to a point where some parents are so money hungry and so money crazed that they don't care that explicit content has been created with their child's face on it using deepfakes. They don't care. They use their children for monetary gain. They don't care about the effects of it later, how it could possibly affect that child. Do you understand me when I say that child will now grow up one day and could possibly, potentially come across these things? You guys need to be a lot more mindful about who you're sharing pictures of your children to. Videos. I'm not just talking the internet, I'm talking family members, uncles and aunties, close friends. I literally spoke about this on Snapchat today. How a lot of children, specifically men, I was speaking specifically about men who have unfortunately been molested as children by neighbors, by babysitters, by uncles, aunties, grandfathers, grandmothers, family friends, whoever. And I was speaking about how that has affected a lot of men to become sex addicts and behave the way in which they behave today, which is not nice, it's not pleasant, and it ruins lives, their sexual partners' lives, their romantic partners' lives, their family lives. Sex addiction, it ruins lives. Let's be real about it. Putting clothes on your kids' back, feeding them, giving them water, putting a roof over their head, those are compulsory things to do as a parent, as a human being. Doing that doesn't make you parent of the year. You need to protect your kids in all the ways that you can protect them. And the internet is a very scary place. We live in an age where AI is moving very rapidly and it is having negative effects. If you don't know, do your research. If you're too lazy to do your research, I will put links under this video in the description. There's a specific TikTok creator that I'm aware of, and I have been aware of her for a long time now. She literally uses her kids as bait. When her daughters do not want to make content, she will force them to make content. We've all seen it. There are these apps where you can send personalized messages to people who pay for it. She literally makes her daughters record the content to send to these people. And a lot of the people tend to be men. Now, they can purchase a video and you have to ask them what they want you to say. A lot of them might want, this is an example, a lot of them might want you to say, "Hi, Gerald. Happy birthday, sweetheart. You're so handsome. So I hope you have an amazing birthday, handsome." And you, like a damn fool of a parent, will now force your child to make that video, say those words, to send to this person who has paid for it, not knowing that that person's a paedophile. And that your child on camera calling them handsome, which is highly inappropriate, by the way, is stimulating them, is satisfying them. A lot of you need to do better. If you're that hungry for money, do it yourself. Do it your damn self. But using your kids as pawns, using your kids as bait to make money is f***ed up. It's very f***ed up. And I honestly don't support social services, CPS or whatever, because they do a horrible job. They do an even worse job than some of these parents. But some of you, your kids deserve to be taken away from you and raised by people who actually want to give them an amazing life, one that's not full of abuse and being exploited for social media content. Children involved in deepfake bullying or online grooming report depression, school refusal, and withdrawal from friends. Groups like 764 in the UK use Roblox to recruit girls as young as 9 into harmful behaviours and sextortion. Girls as young as 9. That's what's happening here. That's what's taking place. Parents, check them phones. Check them phones, sit with them, spend time with them, play Roblox with them if you have to. I know a lot of parents who their children have Roblox, but the parents will also be in the game with them. And I think that's one of the best things that you can do, because not only are you spending time with your children and getting to know what they're like, if they're competitive, when they're playing games, you know, if they are online bullying other people, you get to see that, but you also get to protect them should anything go wrong. Should anyone start saying anything that's inappropriate, you can be there to protect them. The UK's Online Safety Act now requires age verification, and platforms face huge fines if they don't comply. There is an uproar about this currently. There's a debate, there is a divide. People are saying that when it comes from that point of view, I completely understand and I agree. However, there has been a petition. A lot of people signed that petition and it actually got the attention of Parliament. However, they have refused to take away the age verification, and this is the new norm. Now, I know some of you have not heard that since lockdown, but this is the new norm now. Having to verify your age on almost every platform that you go to. It hasn't come into full effect yet, but it soon will. And that's how it's going to be for everyone. There are some downsides to this, like what I mentioned with girls and periods. Because to elaborate the period thing, the period scenario further, there are girls who are underage and they do not have a hold of their identification. Their parents have it. There could be many toxic households where, no, you can't get your ID. No, I won't give you your ID. They'll explain to their parents what it's for. Still, no, you don't need to know that. They might not be comfortable speaking to the adults around them about starting their period or what to do on their period. They may be embarrassed. So having these Reddit posts or Twitter posts or even websites where it's like, it teaches girls how to do what they need to do. When it comes to the whole age verification thing, it's not the best idea in that manner. However, I feel like it is needed for certain things due to certain people's behaviours. I don't completely agree with it and I don't completely disagree with it. Australia has banned sex offenders from kids' games and mandates reporting of deepfake abuse. Parents, Turn on all the privacy tools on your children's social media and games. If you allow them to be on the internet, turn on every privacy tool possible, every sort of safeguarding tool possible. Monitor them. There's nothing wrong with monitoring your kids online. Let's educate kids about digital manipulation, not just stranger danger, because it's gotten to more than stranger danger. It has escalated. It's also AI danger. That's the reality of these things. Platforms need to stop hiding behind, we can't monitor everything. We can't monitor everything. If you can sell digital clothes, for example, then you can build real safeguards. Point blank, period. It's time for you lot to get up off your asses and actually start doing something about these issues, because you very much can, you just don't want to. And then some of your CEOs, some of the people that work for you, work within these companies, are just as sick and twisted as what we're seeing in the media today. And that's why you don't want to do anything about it. But we need to all start holding these platforms accountable. Let me tell you lot something. If you want a change to happen to a thing, a company, right? A brand, everyone who doesn't agree needs to stop using it. When you stop using a certain service, you hit their pockets. It doesn't matter how much money they have backed up somewhere offshore. It doesn't matter. They rely on their users. They rely on the monthly subscriptions. So if something is going wrong with an app, they're supporting things they need not to support. If everyone just stops using the app, stops paying for the app, and literally boycott, that's what a boycott is. Not just to come online and be like, yeah, this is what they're doing. Stop using it. Watch them pockets get hurt. This is why everyone needs to unite. We all need to unite to be able to face these things together, to be able to fight these things together. Because if we don't, it's just going to continue, and it will get worse. It will get worse. People are scared to speak out. People are scared to stand up for the cause. I'm not. This is what the Trina Talk Show is here for. I do serious. I do funny. I do real life situations. But most of all, spreading awareness is what it's all about. I want you to know that this episode wasn't meant to fearmonger anybody. It's simply about educating everyone about the reality of children online. Things that are affecting them that parents may not know about and have no idea about because they don't monitor their kids. The online world is changing fast, and your child's safety depends on you changing with it. Let's protect our kids. Let's hold these platforms accountable. Let's get serious. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this episode. This episode means a lot to me. I'm very passionate about child safety. As I said already, I don't have kids of my own, but I have a lot of nieces, nephews, godchildren, and I would really be devastated to hear anything of the sort ever happen to any of them. And I just feel like that about every child. Every child deserves to be safe. Every child deserves an abuse-free environment. It's their right. And they can't fight for themselves. They need the adults in their lives to fight for them. So let's do it. I'll see you in the next one.